Hey, what's up? Conflicts are part of life, aren't they? But the circumstances surrounding the loss of a loved one can greatly complicate our decision-making when it is our turn to do so on behalf of this very person. Today we will deal with the legal and ethical issues that most frequently arise when a patient enters the critical phase, that is, as a result of an aggravation of his or her state of health, he or she may either recover or die. Choosing to stop treatment that is not curing or controlling a disease, or deciding not to start a new treatment is completely legal, whether the decision is made by the person who is dying, or who acts on their behalf. It's neither suicide nor euthanasia. Only in very particular cases, such as those in which refusing treatment puts other lives at risk, is there an obligation to receive treatment, and a judge may even have to intervene, if the situation so requires. But the prevailing approach is that of informed consent. That is, the patient, or the decision-maker for him, gives his consent once he has received and understood the relevant information and assessed the options involved. In addition, this consent may be revoked at any time. If a treatment is refused, surely, the medical team will want us to sign an informed denial. From an ethical point of view, it is not acceptable for them to try to impose treatment by force, coercion or deception. They may not refuse to treat the patient, ignore him/her, or, as a consequence of refusing treatment, propose voluntary or forced discharge. They are considered intolerable forms of coercion or punishment towards the patient, especially when alternatives exist, such as palliative care, nor can they refuse to treat the group because they oppose certain treatments. But of course, there is always the conscientious objection, to which the doctor can take refuge. It is not uncommon for medical staff, the patient, and family members to disagree about a treatment decision. And this can be especially tricky when the dying person can't tell doctors what care he or she wants. And it is that the strategies to decide in these cases, which we saw in the previous video, the substitutive judgment and the greatest benefit, can and should be used as guides, but they also lend themselves to interpretations, and therefore, to opposing results. If the patient is not willing to serve as a referral at this time, it may be necessary to seek a second medical opinion, consult the center's ethics committee, or the patient's health advocate. It may even be a good idea to consult palliative care personnel. The last option would be to have recourse to a professional arbitrator. There are almost as many attitudes to death as there are people, and it is easy to create expectations about what should happen as life comes to an end. It is the physician's job to try to reconcile those beliefs with the most appropriate treatment. But it is not always easy. For example, the physician may be accustomed to dealing directly with the patient, or his or her representative, but there are families who are fully involved in decision-making. The best thing is to try to prevent these conflicts by speaking openly, so that the medical team has more facilities to propose treatments in accordance with the values and personal trajectory of the patient. Maybe we could say something like, in my religion, the custom where we come from, or in our family. When someone is dying, we prefer. Anyway, I hope I helped. Thank you very much, and see you in the next video.